Boom. Sorry, I know it's season foot, but I'm redoing this shit. This last time I fucked up super bad. Held the fucking music phone right up to that phone. And yeah, you know the deal. That's all you can hear is and shit like that. This time around though, I have my trusty cigar. And nope, motherfucker. Nope. All the notes. And it says, do not hold the music phone right next to the video phone. It fucks with the audio. So I have to remember that, not to do that. I'm taking you on a walk here in just a minute. Full moon out and shit, you know what I'm saying? Perfect time to talk about these paranormal experiences and the notes, which, you know, is to help my ADHD ass to fucking stay on track and keep in time so I'm not wasting all the fucking years. Anyway, here we go. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for seeing my oncoming of being an old man in a bald spot. You know what I'm saying? But what about you on the spot? The first, excuse me, topic. The creature. Is it a dream? Was it fucking real? It's something that's still a debate to this very day. Like, I think about this fucking first one at least once a fucking day. For however fucking many years. I can't tell you how old I was. I was mad young though. It had to have been like fucking... It's definitely one of my earliest memories. It was definitely around the time maybe my parents, friend who used to babysit me wore that fucking werewolf mask and used to run around and scare me and shit. And fucking hide in the closet and rip open the door. You know, became terrified of fucking scary shit and Halloween, but look at me now. I had a weird obsession with masks for a little bit, specifically making duct tape ones. But is it a dream or real? I can't decide. But I'm about to tell you about it here in just a minute. The rest of this perfectly legal cigar. This one's for Benja and Ninja, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what I'm talking about. This is that trusty cigar, because I might have to use it for fucking bait to throw at fucking, you know, some creature that might be trying to fucking attack me. Or some fucking weird crackhead from the truck stop down the ways. We're not heading there though. Good. Hold up. I gotta make sure this motherfucker's still going, you know what I'm saying? Put the stand up. I've got my notes. Hold up though. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Really, I guess it could have worked out better. But here we are. Going on the fucking walk, you know. Oh shit. I had to put some makeup on the fucking light. So it wasn't blinding the fuck out of me. It's still kind of bright shit, but fuck it. We got videos to make, you know what I'm saying? So this is a redo of a he-do of paranormal experiences. Oh shit, what the fuck was that? I'm sorry, cat. You okay? See, this light's got me so fucking blind. That cat was just chilling there. I just fucking decked him. I'm sorry. Oh, here you go. Check this. A legion of cats. I don't roll with humans, y'all. I got fucking animals that fucking stroll with me, you know what I'm saying? And they will follow me. So we can't take a walk down to the truck stop because I don't want them following me onto the main road, and they will. Even though there's a sidewalk, they don't know what the fuck a sidewalk is. They're cats. You know what I'm saying? But, there you go. 1, 2, 3. Usually you got about 5 of them following me if I'm walking, you know. But there's the 3. They're paranormal as fuck. Look at them. They look like ghosts. Spectre cats, you know what I'm saying? Little fucking race cats. Check that out. Glowing eyes. Told you all, they're following me. But it's all good, because they're my cats anyways. And they've been, you know, upgraded to the great outdoor mansion, you know what I'm saying? It caused a fucking mess in my house. It's just too much. But either way, we're here at this fucking crazy bell tower. The same bell tower that was in the fucking original video. I can't really get good lighting of it, but you kind of get the gist, you know what I'm saying? Some motherfucker about to leave for work. See my crazy ass sitting there. We got the full moon going on. Got somebody's fucking dog trying to fucking come at me, you know what I'm saying? Doing all types of crazy here on fucking the paranormal experiences. Alright. So let's turn this fucking back around, yo. First one we're talking about is the creature. The dream? Or was it real? Alright. Like I said, I still am up to debate for today. But I heavily lean on it being a dream. However, I also brought a marker with me, the pretty blue marker, you know what I'm saying, just to draw what I'm talking about a little bit. So we're going to do that real quick, because I got to show you what the motherfuck this fucking thing looked like, at least to my recollection. Think of like Slender Man, but like shorter, you know what I'm saying? Literally, like this motherfucker was like, there's his little arms, you know, there's little spike arms. Yeah, he was like that, crouching kind of, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sorry, I don't draw a permanent marker, so it's shitty. You know, like fucking spike arms, like a mantis, you know what I'm saying? But he was all like white, kind of opaque, fucking glowing like fucking light, you know what I'm saying? But not like harsh. But either way, I've seen him in this building. These are wooden, like these big wooden fucking steps. We're right behind them. And all this windows on the side. You know what I'm saying? It's one of these fancy fucking houses. That's what I don't understand, because it could have been like a place my mom cleaned when I was younger and I was with her. I don't know, but this scene particularly stays with me today. Whether it was a dream or not, I don't know. That's the shape of the motherfucker. That's him. Still, I remember it like it was fucking yesterday, you know? That's one of my first experiences that I would say was kind of paranormal, maybe. But like I said, I can't tell if it was a dream or if it was real, because I was very, very young at the time. And, yeah. So that's the first one out of the fucking way. My second one, this one for sure is a dream. It is, you say, goth woman. Now let me explain this real quick, why I put that there. Because back when I lived in fucking Texas, you know, I'm sorry, I'm switching my hands. Because this is new to me. I don't know how to hold the phone while recording, especially this way. I had this dream. I totally left my fucking Gatorade. Shit. This is the happenings of the paranormal experiences. So let's go get the Gatorade. Because, you know, all this walking and shit. And that perfectly legal cigar kind of dried my mouth up. So I'm going to venture back down to the house, grab my shit, make sure I'm not kicking no cats on the way accidentally. And so, our million stream in Texas. There's one running right now. There you go, running the fucking trailer park, you know what I'm saying? Either way, I had this stream, and in the stream. Now, mind you, prior to this, I had never seen a gothic person, like full-blown goth, pale skin, black lips, black fucking eyes, you know, fucking the makeup, you know what I'm saying, black hair, black fucking, get up, your 1990s goth. She pointed to the ground, and she pointed up to the sky, but didn't say nothing. Okay, but I understood what the fuck that meant. And she said pretty much that it was reversed, I guess, implying heaven and hell. And you got these fucking raccoons fucking with me and shit. I don't know, my straw. Hold up. Y'all better not be fucking with me and shit. I'm gonna need a skinwalker's ass out here and shit. Excuse me. But that's something that always stuck with me too. That dream in particular, because I don't understand what she meant by it. I just understood what was being said. Just not understanding the context of it, you know what I'm saying? So that one was kind of fucking, always kind of tripped me out. There's quite a few dreams like I still remember very vividly from years and years and years ago. But none of them are really paranormal except for the ones I got on my list. So when we get back up to the bells, I'm gonna sit my drink down, look at this list again, see where we're at. So I'm pretty sure I'm at the spot of shit. This takes place about, I'd say, it's hard telling, it's so fucking long ago. Oh, wrong side. The window incident. See it right there. The window incident. This I cannot explain. Because, alright, so if you're familiar with Kentucky at all, northern Kentucky in particular, and Camp Ernst Road in particular, if you're coming from like the Hebron side of things, you know what I'm saying? Coming down Camp Ernst, there's a big fucking turn, right? There's a big ass turn in the road. And I was with my dad. He was taking me home. And I remember because I had this WWE Divas magazine. So it had to be like 2002 or 2001. It had to have been 2001 or 2002. So, but I'm thinking more 01, 2000-ish. That's so long ago. But I was sitting in the passenger seat, of course, because I couldn't drive when my dad was driving. We passed this little road that, like, is right in that big fucking turn, you know what I'm saying? So, it's kind of hard to miss if you're not familiar with the area. You probably wouldn't know the road goes back there. But upon passing that particular road, the window shattered. Like, the window on the passenger side just blew out. Pow! It sounded like a fucking gun, you know what I'm saying? It's just fucking pow! Didn't see no bullet holes or anything, just glass laying everywhere. I don't know. Never. We don't know. We didn't see any bullet holes anywhere. It's just fucking the glass just shattered. A big pow happened, you know. Maybe somebody was shooting a gun off at night and the fucking bullet ricocheted, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Because it was just pow! And fucking glass everywhere. So that was that one, which kind of leads me into the multipliers. Because that particular road that we passed is from fucking spiderweb. Sorry, y'all. Or my hair. One of the two. I got something in my fucking eye. But either way, the multipliers. This is like a tall tale. For all I know, I don't know if there's really any truth to the story other than, you know, my stepdad, my mom's friend, Jim, was telling us a story about how this old man lived in this house at the very, very end of this road that I was talking about, where that window blew out. I'm not saying it's my window because it wasn't my car. You tell if these are cats or what? So, the story goes, this old man went crazy, killed his whole fucking family. Well, except for 2 kids. They escaped. You know, the old man hung himself from the tree that, you know, branches right over the fucking road and shit. And so, apparently years later, those 2 kids moved back into that house and the same shit happened. That's why they call it the multipliers. It was a multiple type incident, I guess, with the same individuals who were involved with prior incidents. So, and one night he decided he was going to take us into the back of the truck. Me, my stepbrother, my cousin, and his son. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, we're all sitting there in the back, and he's telling us the story while we're going back there and shit. Turns off the lights and shit. We see his rope hanging from the tree and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those crazy moments where we're just like freaking out, you know what I'm saying? And then we didn't see nothing, obviously, but there was a moment where we had to speed off. We didn't have to. He did it, fucking with us, you know what I'm saying? Like something was running after us or some shit. So, but I've heard of, you know, other accounts that I'm not going to recall because, you know, those aren't my stories to tell. This one particular kind of wasn't, but I was involved with it, so kind of was. My recollection of it, at least. Shit. And so that is just more like an urban legend, or not really an urban legend. It's just, I think, more or less the story of them fucking with us, really just trying to fucking scare us and shit. Their kids. So that takes me to the 4th subject, right? 3rd. No, 5th. This one still fucks with me. Because it's like one of those dreams that read into reality, if you ever heard that term. Where like something in your dream is happening, but it's actually something, you're hearing it, I guess. You're feeling it from within your dream, but it's actually happening in real life. Like, it might not be what's happening in your dream, but something's causing you to, maybe the alarm or the door shutting. In my case, the door shut. But in this dream, UFO dream, I remember I went out. This is a big cornfield right next to my mom and my stepdad's house. And this motherfucker looked like the fucking, you know, Imperial Destroyer from Star Wars, that long Dorito ass looking motherfucker. Looked like that, but just smooth, like a flat, kind of shiny matte, if that makes sense, color. And it just made this kind of screeching, piercing little fucking I don't know. I can't replicate it, obviously, but maybe if I had my keyboard or something, I could. But even then, it still won't. Like, you can still hear it. You know, it's one of those dreams that stay with you forever. And I remember running in to the house to tell my mom and my stepdad, "Hey, UFOs are real, I told you." Mind you, at this time, I had nothing to do with the subject at all. I wasn't interested in watching shows about it. I just wasn't into aliens, you know what I mean? I was more into zombies and shit. Sorry, my fucking nose is running. It's awkward. But either way. So after that, I wake up after the screeching, you know what I'm saying? But at this time, our front door had shut. Like, you could hear it shut. Not like hard, but like if it wasn't quite shutting all the way and you tried to reshut it again type deal without opening it and pulling it shut, you know what I'm saying? It could have been my parents leaving for work, but the thing is, I got up and fucking wasn't nobody in the driveway. You know what I'm saying? No brake lights, nothing. No car lights, nothing. Gone. Nobody driving down the road, because you could see the road from the window of the fucking door. And it's a heavy fucking door, you know. Solid wood door, you know. So that kind of fucked with me for a long time, because I don't know why that happened. You understand? Like, I don't understand why that happened. I've never really sought it out to figure out answers anyways, but, you know, except for my own theories, maybe I could have been visited in my fucking dream, you know. But I remember I was getting up for school. You know, it was still dark out. And, wasn't nobody in the fucking driveway, you know. So that kind of fucked with me for a long time. You know, it's a really hard thing to try to understand, but it wasn't like a traumatic thing. None of these really were. But, okay, maybe the crematory adventures. Mainly because I got hit in the head with a fucking rock. So I'll get to that. I had this ex-girlfriend one time whose friend's boyfriend showed us this place down in Bellevue, Kentucky, which is behind a fucking old abandoned fucking, like, well, no, the tennis court's in the same field as the crematory, but it's behind a still ongoing soccer field within the woods. The soccer field is obviously in front of the woods, but the crematory is within inside the woods. And you can see it when you're walking through the woods, if that's what it really is. Because, you know, I really didn't know this guy too well, so you gotta take everything with a grain of salt here. So he said the story was some man raped and murdered some chick in this crematory, abandoned, rundown crematory. And her spirit was the one haunting the place, you know what I'm saying? Could be some legitimacy to it, due to where, like, it, you know, is located. It's not far from the Ohio River, and a lot of shit happens around those areas, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, fucking, all kinds of crazy shit, you know? Like, this has nothing to do with it, but there was a murder in Petersburg one time. This family moved into this brand new house. It was eerily kind of like on another turn. There's a lot of turns in these fucking stories, I guess, but this house was on the turn of this road going into Petersburg, right? Man killed his wife, chopped off her head, found it down a mile where my dad's buddy's property was. His property, you know, went all the way into the river. It'd have parties down there and shit, like concerts and shit. But either way, yeah, her head was like, I think like a mile away from down there or some shit. They ended up finding it in a bag, which has nothing to do with really what I'm talking about right now, but I just thought it was an interesting little tidbit just to show. that shit does happen around the Ohio River, and people do go fucking missing. But the crematory, apparently that's the story. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to look at this light 'cause it's fucking with my eyes, and I keep seeing the white spots that's burnt into my retinas, and it looks like a fucking, I don't know. Well, it's in between my fingers now, so I guess I'm hallucinating on y'all. That's kind of fucked up. But either way, so we go down there because I'm like, I'm not going down there unless my stepbrother's going. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause he's the only one I trust going into some woods, especially with, I don't know this dude. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going anywhere without him. So he comes along, and then we go down there, sit in a circle, pretty much back to back. Everybody's pretty much back to back at this point. We turn off our lights, you know what I'm saying? And the fucking burner, the two little oven type things, one's completely collapsed, one's partially collapsed. You can kind of crawl up in there and see that there is another extension. You just can't get back there. At least I don't know how to get back there. And so I haven't been there in fucking years though too. So it's been like shit. But either way, upon sitting there, turning off our lights, within 5 minutes, it's dead silent. You can't hear shit. You hear like your blood pumping. You know what I'm saying? And then fucking this rock pecks me right in the fucking side of the head. So I jump up, turn on my, what the fuck? I'm tripping out at this moment. I'm fucking losing it because I'm like, yo, something just fucking hit me in the head. And everybody turned on their lights. We're looking around and shit, and like, I would have heard somebody throw the rock because it was, around October, so we're all in hoodies and shit and fucking long sleeve shit. You would have heard some rustling, as quiet as it was. But it could have fell from the ceiling too and just hit me in the head. Like I said, it is run down. It is fucking, I don't recommend hanging out there. You're probably going to get some asbestos and shit. It's tight place, you know what I'm saying? Damn, I totally forgot to write down the fucking Maysville Hospital shit on my notes. But, okay, well, I'll get into that here in a little bit. Either way, because speaking of asbestos, that's why it popped in my head. If you know anything about Maysville Hospital, look that shit up. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? But I'll get into that when I get into that. So, we're done. Okay. I'm fast forwarding way too much. Maybe it's just because I'm ready to go to bed. But either way, we crawl up into this one spot where it looked like some steps were. The concrete was poured down, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of block out that entrance, I guess, or whatever. And the rest of us were kind of just chilling up there, and my stepbrother was still sitting where we were prior into our little circle. Well, I shine my light at him, you know what I'm saying? Like, checking on him and shit. Here comes a fucking brick, flies in front of him. Lands on the ground, like a foot in front of him, you know what I'm saying? And tumbles and shit. He picks that motherfucker up and throws it right the fuck back. It was so fucking dope. So that's why I like having him around, because he's a ninja, you know what I'm saying, certified. Fucking shout out to fucking Michael, you know what I'm saying, threw a fucking brick right back at that motherfucker, whoever threw it, because the rest of us were right fucking behind him, like, you know what I mean. He didn't see anybody in front of him, you know. It could be entirely possible that it was locals fucking with us, tired of kids fucking hanging around there, but it's definitely a party spot, you know, given all the garbage that still laid there, alcoholic fucking shits, blunt wraps and this and that, you know what I'm saying, party garbage. So, this is going on. The second time I went down, nothing really happened. I took another ex-girlfriend at that time. Nothing really happened, and you know, I've really tried not to go in groups less than 4, really. But yeah, took her and her cousin, went down there. They were too spooked to really go in, so we kind of had to fucking back out. You know what I'm saying? And so we're gonna fast forward a little bit. I met another group of people and took them down there along with my cousin, you know what I'm saying? So it's me, Sig, her two dudes, which are big dudes, my cousin / brother, was a big dude, you know what I'm saying? He was a big fucking guy. So I feel like, yeah, dude, you know what I'm saying? Fuck, I'm fast forwarding too much. Alright, so this is the end of the first time we were there, alright? We're running through the woods, you know what I'm saying? So we're like, fuck this shit, we're gone. After the brick shit, after getting hit with the rock, we're like, fuck this shit, you know what I'm saying? And then fucking, so, as we're running through the woods, I swear you hear a chick scream. The chick screamed. But like I said, it could have been locals fucking with us, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really 100% on ghosts and shit. I used to do ghost hunting and all that type shit. Not like on a professional level, but, you know, I just haven't seen shit. Watch, something's gonna pop around my fucking shit like, ah! Right here in a minute, but that's what I've been looking for. I had many dreams like that, but, anyway, back to the one where with the girl and her two dudes and my cousin, I find a gas can, you know what I'm saying? It's just chilling there in the corner. So I pick it up, still has some gas in it. So I set that bitch on fire, threw it in the fucking burner, you know what I'm saying? The one that's still kind of good. It had some space to throw stuff in. So I threw that bitch in there, so we kind of had firelight. But you heard what sounded like trickling water, like if you had leaky pipes or some shit, water just trickling, you know what I'm saying? Then a smack, like trickling noise, then smack, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sounded like somebody's clapping their hands or some shit, or smacking something against a rock or some shit, you know what I'm saying? So we're like, man, this is fucking crazy. So as we're starting to leave, it sounds like shit's falling from the trees, like rocks and shit. It could have been acorns. Could have been fucking acorn season or some shit, you know what I'm saying? I just heard something over there. Don't quite know what the fuck it is. We got fucking meth heads who live in this fucking neighborhood, yo, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm tripping out about the most. I ain't trying to get fucked up by some meth head at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. So that's why I'm keeping an eye out. I ain't worried about no fucking ghosts anymore because I've done my research. Not saying that it hasn't happened for other people. You know what I'm saying? But, personally, I've seen shit. Been hit in the head with a rock. Been hit in the ass with a door closing, you know. And that's where I'm going to, fast forward. Sorry. It's my ADHD brain. I'm not looking at my notes. Because it's hard to read them. Because I've been looking at the slides for so fucking long. I don't understand how you YouTubers and shit do this shit. Excuse me, Bob. Alright, so, excuse me. Okay. Fast forward a little bit after what I just talked about, the rocks falling, acorns, whatever, falling through the trees. Didn't hear a chick scream that time. This is where I take who's now my wife down there, and our friend Raven. So, like I said, I don't really like going in groups less than 4. I just don't. You know what I mean? But it was us 3. And I bought some brand new batteries to put in my headlamp. So I had this headlamp for like a little bit. You know, it wasn't that old. I've used it quite a bit going in through the woods and shit behind the house we used to live in and shit. And so we get there, everything's all good. We go in there, you know what I'm saying? And as I turn my headlamp on, well, I mean, I've had it on, but, you know, we weren't even there for like 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Shit's already popping off. Snap, You know what I'm saying? You hear a twig break in the woods. And you could see into the woods because it had like windows, I guess. They were like concrete, you know, square. I guess windows were there. It looked like there's where windows should be. Then again, I don't really know if this place was a crematory because I didn't know the dude who told me about this shit. You know, I only knew him for those few hours. Never hung out with him since. No, I can't say that. It was a couple times, but never back there. Okay, so as I say hello, because, you know, I want to make sure, you know, somebody ain't about to fuck with us because we're in the middle of fucking near Newport and shit. You know what I'm saying? My headlamp makes that Iron Man charging noise, like ding. You know what I'm saying? Like ding. It just goes out, completely pitch black. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, Raven had this fucking little flashlight, little fucking trigger thingy. I'm literally, we had to hold it down to the ground like this to fucking see, to get out of the woods, you know. And that's the fucking thing, like, that was the scariest part, I think, really, was the fucking woods with that crazy fucking flashlight, the noise it made. Fucked with me. Just hearing the and shit. You know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers leaving right now and shit. On the fire. That's why I'm worried about methods. Fucking around. They're everywhere around here, man. Fuck. Probably looks like I do it too with my fucking hole in my tooth, but I swear it's Red Bull. That's why I don't drink them anymore. They fuck my shit up. But either way. That was that. We went one more time, my wife and I, and two other of our friends. 4 of us went down one night, and it was kind of disappointing because not a fucking thing happened. You know what I'm saying? Not a damn thing happened. Nothing. It couldn't be more disappointing. It was like we hyped this shit up so fucking much, you know what I'm saying? It was such a letdown. So we really didn't go back. We haven't been back since, and that was 2015-ish? 14, 15? 2015, I think. Yeah, 2015. So, crematory. Maybe I will take video of it one day. I plan on going back to see it. It's been a long time. I know exactly where it's at. You know, if anybody knows that area of Bellevue, they can find it themselves. You know where the Shell gas station is, and the train tracks, and the silos are, and you lead you to the soccer field. And once you go to that, you go up and through the woods, into the field, or you can go in through the door. Because when you're in the field, you gotta go down the steps, which is pretty much just a hole in the ground, and then there's steps in there. But in the woods, there's the doorway. You can just walk right in. You know what I'm saying? Creepy ass fucking place, you know. Definitely fun to take your friends if you want to spook them and shit and this and that. Okay. Done with the fucking crematory. That one does kind of stress me out because getting hit in the rock and not being able to explain that. Lights. Oh, the lights. Oh, the lights. The lights. The lights. Everybody fucking sees lights in the sky. I know. You're gonna tell me, fucking satellites, man. It's fucking airplanes. Right? You know? Fuck off with that. I know satellite. Goddamn, you fuckers keep running up on me and shit. Why you do that? I got me telling paranormal experiences here, cat. You know, fucking running off on me and shit? Jesus. That's what I'm saying. You don't know if it's a fucking meth head scurrying out from the fucking ground or some shit like a zombie. Just fucking trailing. You have changed, sir. You know, shit. You almost gave me a heart attack. But either way, Lights. We all see lights. Some people's seen some shit, you know what I'm saying? I've never seen officially, uh, quote unquote, craft, you know what I'm saying? It's something I'm still kind of chasing, you know? I'm still chasing that dragon, so to speak. I mean, I might not have to. They might be fucking putting this shit out soon. Fuck those videos, you know what I'm saying? Bring the fucking aliens out. Okay. So the lights. This started, I'll say my first time really kind of noticing anything. Because I was looking at the stars and the moon, you know what I mean? I really didn't pay attention to shit. Let's say this started around 2009. 2009 was a weird fucking year. You know what I'm saying? It was a very strange year, and a lot of this takes place in 2009. But this was after the Twisted show. Me and my cousin were at the top of my dad's driveway, because that's the only place you could use the phone, was at the top of his driveway. And I was talking to some people or some shit, you know, texting, and noticed what looked like stars, you know, it could be satellites, but these motherfuckers were on each other. This one was on its ass, man, and they're booking right between like the stars, even though it's not really what's happening, it's what it looks like. They're just fucking booking it, just zigzagging. So that's why I don't say satellites, because satellites usually move straight. They're not zigzaggy fucking chasing each other and shit. By the way, I've seen Starlink. None of the shit I'm telling you right now is that, because this is years way before Starlink. Some of the shit's after too, including some of the recent shit, but that's still yet to be determined. But I'll get into that here in a little bit, because it has to do with a lot of what's going on. Not really, but kind of, in a way. Okay, well, so fast forward a little bit. You know, we're on the fucking hunt for UFOs and shit. For some dumb reason, we decided to look for them in the woods. You know, because we were fucked up back then, partying our way, you know. Just me and my cousin, my stepbrother, and just fucking go out in the woods drinking and fucking smoking and this and that, you know. Fucking never anything crazy. Psychedelic shits, you know what I'm saying? But either way, and that's not what any of this is. Before anybody says, well, there it is, right there, you said psychedelics, so you must be hallucinating. I've never really hallucinated on shit, because I don't take enough to really fucking, I have limits to do stuff I do, you know what I'm saying? I just do. Call me a wuss, I don't fucking care. But I'm not the one that's fucking crazy now. I mean, I might be, but, you know, I was telling you all this shit fucking years ago that all this shit was true. And everybody thought I was fucking crazy. Now it's all over everywhere. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, we knew it all along. Bullshit. Y'all thought I was fucking crazy. And now the shit's real. So, and at this point, you know, there's some weird things we've noticed in the woods over the years, like lights in the trees. Like in the trees. Not in the tree line on the ground level. In the trees, like up in the trees, you know what I'm saying? You would see like what looked like, see like this light right here? That's somebody's house light, but say it's something like that. Moving through the fucking trees. Like at a pace like that, you know what I'm saying? Not slow, like somebody's climbing through the trees or anything. So that's the start of that. And fucking, there was a time I was with a friend. Me and her were talking, you know, in the front of the driveway at my mom's stepdad's house. I'm leaning on the Jeep, and she's standing like over there. We're a good distance away from each other, but still see the sky above the house. And this is on the night the fucking plane crashed in the Hudson River, which I probably should have saved that for like a punchline or whatever. But I don't know if this has anything that happened to the plane that flew down and crashed in the Hudson River and shit. But it was like this fucking light, boom, just faded into existence. Right there. Now here comes another one. It's like 7 of these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And they all just start going, because they were stationary at first. But then they start going. And then they're like spread out. You know what I'm saying? Just different directions. Not abruptly, but just like a gradual spreading out. Like fireworks, if you were to shoot fireworks. But then with no fireworks, man, this is fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. Wasn't nobody shooting off no fireworks. Plus you would have seen sparkles and shit. These were not sparkly. They were glowing fucking orbs, you know what I'm saying? And they just fucking scattered. And then they disappeared. You know what I'm saying? This is all in 2009, and a lot of this shit takes place at my mom and my stepdad's, and that's why I say that is the weirdest spot I've still been to this day. I could be wrong because I haven't really been anywhere much outside of here, but, you know, that's where, if you want to see shit, there. For lights in the sky and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, fast forward to the summer a little bit, you know, it's me and my cousin and that same friend that's seen the lights. We're chilling out in the front yard, you know, smoking, whatever. We noticed this guy, this car and this pickup truck, these 2 dudes. They pull up to the stop sign, you know what I'm saying? And there's light up there so you can see what's going down. I don't know if this is a drug deal, I don't know what the fuck it was. My cousin theorized that's what it was. Because these 2 dudes got out of the cars. The only word said was the heating element isn't right. They switched cars. And this is a T-type section of road. It only comes to, you know, straight, and you can only go right or left. If you go straight, you're going over a fucking cliff. You know what I'm saying? That's why they got the guardrails there now. Because motherfuckers would go straight off there, I guess. But either way. That happens. Minutes later, like 10 minutes later, you know what I'm saying? We start seeing like these trucks. Just shiny white trucks, blacked out windows, you know what I'm saying? School buses. Just white, blacked out windows, you know what I'm saying? And then these other trucks, they had like these big, like 6 metal cylindrical things on each side carrying it. Looked like, I don't know, something to carry something. I don't know if they're fucking aliens or what in there. But there was like 20 fucking vehicles in this convoy, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they just creeped down the road. Like, we watched them for a good 15 minutes. So, there was no writings or anything. We couldn't make out, like, any sort of insignias or fucking symbols or numbers or anything. Just white, blacked out windows. That's it. So we dubbed them the name Zombie Cleanup Crew. And they were heading towards, you know, if you're coming down Hathaway. Alright, so if you're coming from my mom, stepdad's house on Camp Ernst, and you're coming this way, the convoy was going this way. And this way is a Boy Scout camp down the road. And associated with that Boy Scout camp is the Air Force. And that's the crazy thing, because when you walk through the woods and shit, you make it to the Boy Scout camp, to make it to the creek and shit, you can see where it says property of the U.S. government on little tags and shit, so you gotta be careful walking down that way. But it's a fun little fucking 2-hour adventure, you know what I'm saying? We finally made it to the creek. After years of trying to fucking walk down to it. Gunpowder Creek, that is. But either way, I'm straying away. That's the only thing that happened that night was, well, I mean, other than the 2 dudes making the ominous fucking deal of whatever the heating element isn't right, you know, type shit, and switched cars and fucking drove off in opposite directions and shit. This is like 3 or 4 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? More like 2 or 3 in the morning. And it's hard to tell because we were always up at this time, so which is why I'm up today. Haven't slept since. Just joking. But either way. And around this time, I noticed there was a lot of military people around too. And what I mean by that, when I would go to work and shit, going down Hathaway, I would always follow like Hummers. It had like fucking, not Hummers, Humvees, you know what I'm saying? That had fucking dudes in the back, military dudes, like strapped, locked, cocked, ready to rock type shit. And that's when you're seeing like the helicopters with the double fucking choppers on top, you know what I'm saying? One of those things that thump, 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 thump type shit. It's just a lot of weird activity going around that year of 2009. It just, the weird lights we would see in the skies, you know what I'm saying? We seen one night what looked like, I can't explain it, it looked like blue plasma. Just shooting out at another ball of light, you know what I'm saying? Just, it was a quick, just like blue plasma. So, all right, we're gonna fast forward a little bit, a couple years later. Oh yeah, okay. So this is the sparkly boots, and what I mean by that is, apparently this has been debunked. But to get what I'm talking about, first of all. My wife and I, and my stepdaughter, just got home from a pumpkin carving thing at school, or decorating pumpkins at school. You know what I'm saying? Just got back from doing that. As soon as I open the door, I see this foot looks like a fucking asteroid. Like, my shit stopped because I thought we were dead. I thought we were all dead. Like, you know, it looked like a big fireball just shooting down. And it split off into 3 pieces. And these pieces would start to zigzag. You know what I'm saying? You could find videos of this shit. That's why I say sparkly boots, because apparently it was skydivers with like sparklers on their boots and shit. But they said that happened over at a stadium in Cincinnati. Mind you, I'm a good 20, 30 minutes away from Cincinnati, you know? That's about, I can't tell you how many miles that is, you know. It's a good 20, 30 minutes away from here. It's not far away, but not too far either. So, fucking, we went inside and told my mom and stepdad and their friends, because they're playing cards and shit. There's fucking aliens outside, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they're fucking, like, just zigzagging away, you know what I'm saying? They're still there, just zigzagging away. And they all come out, they see it, you know what I'm saying? And then it fucking, our neighbor Doug comes out and he's like, y'all looking at aliens and shit, because he was like real fucking redneck hick dude, but he was cool, you know what I'm saying? I'm not digging on him. He wasn't racist or anything, so he was cool. But either way, it was just kind of funny. It kind of made it funny once he came out. She couldn't take that situation serious anymore. So that was that. But that was what they said next day on the news. It was skydivers with sparklers on the boots. Now, I've seen videos of this, and it looks eerily similar to what I saw. So that's why I say that. Was it aliens? I don't know. Was it skydivers with sparkles on their boots? I don't know. You can, if you're in the right position here, from where we're at, you can see fireworks from Cincinnati when they do the WEBN fireworks, you know what I'm saying? So, it's not like it's impossible, but for a while I tried to think it was, for sure. So, where were we at? We're still on the lights in the sky. So we're going to fast forward to 2011. Alright, in 2011, fucking, my cousin, my wife, and I just got off work. We all worked at Little Caesars at the time. And we're sitting in the front yard. Front yard happens a lot. Sitting there smoking whatever, just chilling. And we notice this fucking blue blip, just flash. Just like flashing like this across the sky. You know what I'm saying? Just right above us. And it goes for a good distance and it stops. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? It's just gone. And we're like, yo, what the fuck? We're looking at each other and shit. We look back up. It happens exactly the same spot. The same fucking way. Again. And that was that night. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry I don't have any more explanations of, like, you know what I'm saying? I've only seen this shit and experienced it, so I can't really investigate it if I'm down here. Broke as fuck, you know what I'm saying? I don't have the scientific methods to fucking devices to fucking do this shit. I can only go from my recollection what I might think it is, unless I absolutely see it 100% sure. And then, okay, I forgot to mention about something else without 2009. It looked like the fucking moon was setting in the woods. It looked like a moon-shaped object. You know how the moon's orange sometimes? It looked like that, setting into the woods. But the moon was over there or some shit. It was like behind me that night. It wasn't in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So that was another incident in 2009. My ADHD's kicking in. Only that. The Z-Quil's kicking in, you know what I'm saying? NyQuil, Z-Quil, whatever the fuck. Sleep medicine. It's kicking in. So, sorry. Alright. Where are we at? 2011. That's right. Let me light up another cigarette. My arm's I'm about to take this down to the fucking house, y'all, because I just sit down or some shit. My arm's getting tired of holding this fucking phone. I don't know how motherfuckers do this shit all day. That's gonna be how we start to look in 100 years. Arms all cramped up like this, you know what I'm saying? You coming, cats? My gangsters of cats cometh witheth me, bitches. So, man. Look, there's one right there, I told you. They're fucking everywhere, man. They just spawn. They're like fucking backroom cats, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just fucking still life fucking motherfuckers. Motherfucker, you look pregnant. You're having them out here, man. You ain't doing me like that, motherfucker. Alright. So, now I'm being guided back home safely with the backroom cats. Okay, I thought there was a cat huffing and puffing there. I was going to say, okay. That's the paper from my notebook. So I'm going to put you on the stand and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to sit down a minute. Maybe not even really sit down, but I need to stop holding this fucking phone. Enjoy my bald spot while I try not to die. It's a cat. Running up on me and shit. You know what I'm saying, motherfucker? Alright, so this is 2011. I'm trying to remember the year we're at. If you don't mind. Just set it down real quick. Let's see, put this little get up together. Gotcha. 2011 now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get closer anyways, because you hear me and shit. Raise this motherfucker up real quick. There we go. Alright, we're in 2011 right now. This night happened during the summer of 2011 when my wife were taking a break outside. You know, our oldest daughter, who was a baby at the time, we just put her to sleep. You know, she just went to sleep. We were to sleep for like 15 minutes. So we decided to go to the backyard for a little bit. Just kind of. I think we were really going to take a walk to what I used to call Fawn's Pond. It don't exist anymore, but after Fawn's Pond, the song came out, I dug this little pond in the woods behind my mom and stepdad's house. Fawn's Pond was creepy as shit. I loved it, you know, but it's all dug up and shit back there now. And like this totally illegal nicotine-filled, tobacco-filled cigar. Don't mind me. I'm gonna have eyebrows to do that. But either way, we're out there chilling. We're about to take a walk to Fawn's Pond. It's really not that far from the house. And we're staying with my parents at this time, so it wasn't like the baby was in the house by herself. My mom was watching. So we decided not to go in the woods. It's just the two of us. We don't really have a flashlight, you know. Before cell phones had flashlights and shit. And she notices as we coming back into the backyard from not going into the woods, she notices this light in the sky, and I just brushed it off as an airplane because airplanes come over all the time. Blah blah blah. It looks like an airplane to me. Until it fucking disappeared. Straight up, just as bright as this light that's right there, and just gone. It's like if I just shut it off, you know what I'm saying? And then it pops up over this fucking tree line, you know what I'm saying? Not really over the tree, but I can't give you a distance, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't above the tree, it just looked like it. But it sat there for a good fucking 30 minutes. You know, so we both went back inside to fucking get drinks or whatever. Come back out and it's gone. You know what I'm saying? It's just gone. It's not there no more. However, in the cornfield here, mind you, on this road, there's not many houses, and it's all surrounded by old people. No offense to anybody that lives on Camperness Road, but that particular corner at that time of year, all old neighbors. You know, they're probably not there anymore, but they were all old neighbors. The old people just weren't out fucking around at this time of night. You know what I'm saying? They just weren't. You're out there enough to know when people were out there or not, you know. I just nailed that in. You just seem to get paranormal activity by a fucking blunt. I mean, a cigar. What the fuck? This will come from over there. Really, I can't listen right now because my lips are kind of dry because of makeup. When you hear a responsive come from where the houses would be, cornfield, coming from this way. You know, people were trying to tell me those raccoon hunters and shit, and this and that. Like, no, I'm sorry, but I just don't. See that being the thing because fucking been out there many nights, and I've heard these whistles ever, or since. Now here's the bone. I used to have a recording of it. But I don't know where the little tape is. It's somewhere at my mom's. Maybe. Moved so many times now, it's probably long gone. I wish it was something I really could have had. Maybe I got rid of it because I thought it was a bad idea because it was just fucking freaky. I even had my mom come out and listen to this shit. Walked into the front yard and you could hear it. You know what I'm saying? Happening. And we're on for like 7 minutes or so, 7 minutes. We just stopped. Just stopped. You know what I'm saying? When you hear something run in the fucking cornfield, and we just fucking looked in the house and said, fuck that. You know, nothing else happened that night. But that was really one of my favorite stories to tell when it comes to weird lights, because the whistling shit. The one, which clearly, you could clearly tell was coming from the cornfield. And then the response of two was clearly coming from the houses. In that direction. Maybe not from the houses, but they were definitely in that fucking direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the fucking unexplainable things I can't fucking explain. Another reason why I don't think it's raccoon owners too, because when we moved down to my dad's and lived in the fucking camper down there, we noticed these cars coming down the driveway in the middle of the night. It's not normal because this is private property, you know. It's not normal just to see 3 cars come down the fucking driveway. I think it was 2. I'd have to ask my wife. 3 cars came down the driveway. 2 left. And we didn't see another car. The next day we went and explored to fucking see what happened, because apparently these raccoon hunters came down. You know, my dad knows them and shit. Fucking old fucking grizzly beard, fucking skinny, typical fucking hilljack looking dude, you know. Apparently they make a bunch of ruckus and noise to scare raccoons up in the trees or some shit and shoot them with the dogs or whatever. However, we did not hear no dogs. It sounded like a motherfucking concert was going on in the field. You know, the field's a good half a mile away, you know. Maybe. Shorter, maybe than a mile, half mile. But it's a good distance away. You're definitely not throwing a rock and hitting it, you know what I'm saying? So, upon this, all this fucking noise is happening. It literally sounds like music. Like the fucking gathering, you know, like electric gatherings happening in the field. You just hear all this music and all this people. It's like a fucking 1,000 people, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they had speakers going or some shit, but all this shit was going on. And you hear one gunshot. Bah! And it just dies. It's like one of those moments where it just falls silent so fucking quick you can't really comprehend what just happened. And 2 fucking cars left, not 3. 3 entered, 2 left. 1 remains missing. So, like, you know, I just took my dad's word that it was fucking raccoon hunters, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't really paranormal. It's fucking weird, though.
This is where we're at. More like to the skies.
Yes, all the stories is what I said. That's what it's happening. So, fast forward years and years and years later. This started happening about 3 months ago. You know, I have to look on my phone and say, I'm pretty sure it started happening in May. I want to say the end of May, beginning of June, maybe. I can't, it definitely wasn't 3 months ago then. But, hold up. Oh, they're all on this side. Fuck. So, me and my wife, after we got home from work one night, decided to go on a walk. Walked down Connector Road, and in which, sorry, this cigar, cigar tobacco is falling into my mouth like crazy. Ben, I need your help. Hold up. I should have been money. Alright. I'm gonna get the tobacco. I just want to pack down there. Completely lost my fucking train of thought. Lights, yes. This has a good fucking little crescendo to it, I think, but I was telling her I was just watching this video of how to sell the UFOs and shit with like just thinking about it. And you know, I'm very kind of skeptical when it comes to a lot of things. I'm not gonna lie, even though I got my face painted with scary motherfuckers, fucking paranormal experiences and all this shit. I still remain kind of skeptical because I've yet to see a Bigfoot, I've yet to see a fucking alien, a ghost. Lights, been hitting head with rocks. Heard tree branches fucking snap in the middle of summertime when there's a storm going. I didn't talk about that one because it's really nothing, you know, just other than you heard a tree branch fucking wiggling and it snapped. You know, in the woods. Or in the front yard and it was foggy as fuck that night. So I remember me and my homie, we were talking to her. We were on the line and hold for W Fuck Off Radio. I think they talked to Leah or Nathan. Off the clock with Leah or Nathan. Or maybe we were trying to talk to Razor Ray. I can't remember, but I know we were on the hold for W Fuck Off Radio. I heard this fucking branch just going crazy. It just snaps. Could have been people. Don't know. But it sounded big. However, I do am convinced that they're fucking aliens, so whether they're interdimensional, extra-dimensional, extraterrestrial, fucking ultra-terrestrial, I don't know. If you don't know what ultra-terrestrial is, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's coming from within the planet, you know? So, but as I'm telling her this, we notice fucking light just fade into view, up into existence. And I'm telling y'all, I'm seeing all kinds of planes all the fucking time around here. I even have video of these fucking lights in the same time of these fucking planes and shit. Like, they do this. They fade in, right? Say they fade in. And they just go on like this, fade out. Before you say satellites, mind you, this is the horizon. This is looking straight ahead without having to do this or this. This is looking straight into the sky. I mean, it is upper in the sky. You can, you know, that's about as much you can move in your head. You know what I'm saying? So, started noticing they're popping up more and more. Not at the same time. You know, this is all separate types. So this is about the direction of the airport, which is what it fucks with me. Because you see planes going in and out of the airport. I'm watching one heading towards the airport right now through these trees, you know. But this stuff started going on like every day for a couple of weeks. And kind of slowed down, you know. We like have my son out one night and we're showing him this shit. So I heard if you have kids out, they are more active, allegedly. I don't know why that is. Hopefully it's no fucking crazy Epstein shit. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that's not what the aliens are about. And then I ain't down paranormal life too. But either way, as we're about to head in, because I'll talk out loud, you know. I'm like, all right, we're heading in. Thanks for the view, showing us yourselves, you know what I'm saying? Thank them for showing up or whatever they're fucking doing. You know, it's fucking lights. And, which was odd because earlier, before we started going in, one of them started coming a different direction. They switched directions. And I just thought it was satellite. Until it disappeared. It just fucking vanished, you know what I'm saying? I know satellites do that once they hit a certain part of the horizon. But you can watch a satellite for a good few minutes, you know what I'm saying, if you lock onto it good enough. And like I said, this is more in the horizon area of the sky. Now, as we're going in, we notice this one stays like a little longer than usual. They only last split second, 2-3 seconds, you know, they're not very visible for very long, so it's kind of hard to capture them. And especially with the phone zooming in and shit, it's really hard to fucking, but I'll put all the videos together one day and post that shit and try to see if I can I don't want to mess with it much because I don't want people to be like, oh, you're doing enhancements and this and that. It's fine. You know, I don't know fuck all about any of that shit. Like, I don't know video editing. Like, if you see my shit that I post with fucking effects and shit, that's about all I can do. You got a template, dog? I can fucking do it. Boom. But as far as like video programming and shit, I don't have the patience or want to do it. So, and plus I want to put the time and effort to make a convincing UFO video, you know what I'm saying? Just, why? What would be the point? If I was trying to be a movie person, sure. I wouldn't mind doing movies, but that's not what stick is, you know what I'm saying? So either way, as we're about to go in, we notice this one's hanging around an extra bit longer. But it starts coming towards us. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's coming, you can tell it's getting brighter. It's getting brighter. You know, I'm thinking, oh shit, it's a fucking meteorite about to fucking like coming towards us. You know what I'm saying? I've heard when people have had meteorites come towards them, they'll see bright lights, you know, getting brighter and all of a sudden disappear. That's a meteor apparently coming right at you, disintegrating before it hits you. Allegedly. This motherfucker though, dropped. It dropped. Like, it was coming like this. Say, you're us. Put you in our perspective right now. My son, my wife, and myself. And I'm the horizon, the sky, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker's coming right towards us. When they usually go just this way. They just go this way usually and disappear. They'll pop up over here, they'll pop up over here, pop up over here. And they move in different parts. But this motherfucker came towards us. Stopped. Dropped. Slowed down. And then started going to like a weird straight curve, like, you know what I'm saying, type direction. I've seen it, my son's seen it, I seen it, like, you know what I'm saying, I could not get the video to fucking turn on fast enough to catch it. I was so upset. But I can't explain it to you other than that it fucking dropped. It started coming towards us, right? Dropped. Slowed down to a stop. And fucking started going like this. I don't know. It could be drones. I guess it could be. But I fucking doubt drones are going to be that bright from that fucking far away. You know, I've been over to Cincinnati. I've seen drones flying around all the fucking time. It's not like people just aren't flying drones around here like that. You know what I'm saying? They're just not. Not that I'm paying attention to. Maybe they are. But at fucking anywhere from 12 to 2 o'clock in the morning, I don't know. I don't know. But that's been most of the recent shit. Other than, you know, we did have a light in the hallway start like flickering one night. Just literally like turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. And check the light bulb. The light bulb's fine. You know, we had to twist kind of hard to get it out. Switch is off. You know what I'm saying? Like just weird shit like that. Could be weird electrical shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's just some extra flavor, I guess, about. Okay. There's this place that I see in my head a lot. My wife says I kind of created it as a safe place, maybe, but I don't know. But I just know it's like a vast yard. You see a tree line, you know, it's always dark, like nighttime, but bright enough you can see tree lines. You can make out the tree line, you know, it's not dark where you can't see shit. It's dark enough to where you see tree lines and shit. And this like place that I see in my head, like the ground is like these white tiles, but they're not tiles. They're like tiles, but they're not shiny like tiles. But that's all I can see is when I look at this place. It's the ground. It's got like these kind of like you see how some places have like a 2-3 foot tight wall around it and shit. This goes all around the tiles and into a little, you know, opening that leads into what would be grass and then the tree line. But it's just something I think about every day too. It's just like something that pops in my head randomly is this place. So I don't know what the fuck that's about. I don't know. It's been happening forever. A lot of this shit's still in my head from forever ago, you know. Especially this dream I still have today. Like sometimes I don't go to this place in my dream. Now, mind you, the place that I was previously talking about is totally separate from what I'm talking about now. This dream started happening like fucking 7 years ago. Not to be all memey on you. You know, 6, 7. You know. But it had been like 6 or 7 years ago that really noticed it. It's like a conglomeration of all these places I've kind of been to, I guess. It's all everywhere smushed into one. That's where I used to live in Texas. The apartments are there. You know, all these fucking. When I went to Pennsylvania, you can see like the road for it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird because there's this fucking the intersection takes you. I mean, Cincinnati's included in this place. Everywhere I've kind of been has been in, like just all smushed together. You know, and it's like all compacted and condensed in this place. You know what I mean? That's like this place I still visit every single fucking day in my dreams. Now, I can't say that because there's been a good couple weeks where, you know, I'll go there and I'll see a place I recognize, but everything's been kind of fucking destroyed, you know what I'm saying? Everything's kind of foggy and fucking just not good looking, you know what I'm saying? And I'll come back again the next night and everything's fine. I'm talking to the people, you know, we're interacting, we're fucking, it's like a whole other fucking life and it's weird as fuck. That's something that fucks with me because I've seen people in these fucking dreams, right? And then I'll see them in real fucking life, and I've never seen them before. Mad at me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucking weird. But I'm not gonna, I don't ever bring it up to them because I understand what it sounds like to sound crazy to people, especially when you're fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking 3 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, shaved eyebrows with face paint on, talking about paranormal experiences to me. Everybody is to a degree, whether you want to believe it or not. Everybody's crazy in someone's eyes. Everyone's a hero and a villain in someone's eyes. It's somebody else's story, you know. It has nothing to do with anything right now other than something I'm about to visit here in just a little bit. Like, I will guarantee go back there tonight. And do shit. Like, there's people like I've seen my stepbrother there, my cousin's there, my wife's been there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I rarely see my kids there, but maybe it's because I see them all the time here, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know, like, maybe it's just my mind trying to block bad things happening to them, because some scenarios that happen aren't good, but nobody dies, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really strange, like, I went from having like absolute nightmares for a fucking long time. Like, you know, I just fucking got used to it. You know, obviously when I was younger, it bothered me, but getting older and shit, it's kind of like, you know, getting used to being just in a pitch black room. You know, you get used to shit. But I used to have like absolute fucking nightmares. Like, my tooth, this one is chipped. This canine tooth right there is chipped from a dream. Because I was grinding my teeth in my sleep. But in my dream, when I used to believe in, like, God and the devil and shit, the devil was chasing me through the woods. You know, through these woods, and came to a cliff. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't see it, but I knew in my head the devil or some shit, but that's when I used to believe in that shit. I ain't had any dreams like that since, but that's why that tooth was missing part of that shit. Or I remember waking up to fucking my teeth were, you know what I'm saying? So that was wild. It's been a while since I thought about that. But I do think about this place constantly. Sometimes a little more than I should. I don't go to the point of obsession though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck it's all about. Maybe all these paranormal experiences have something to do with this particular dream I'm having now. You know what I'm saying? There it is. I'm fucking done. You sat through this whole video. I really appreciate your fucking time, because I know people don't sit and watch long ass fucking videos anymore. I'm one of them. Unless I'm like on a long drive or some shit, and, you know, listening, because I can't watch videos on a drive, but, you know what I'm saying? Either way, I appreciate you watching. If you skip through, I'm not mad at you. Because I do the same fucking shit. So anything you may be doing, I'm not mad, because I've done the same shit while watching a video. Even if you don't watch it all, that's fine too. Just as long as you beat it out for a few seconds or a few minutes, it's cool. I appreciate your time and your view, maybe. If you do. If not, it's all good. Remember this dude down here in the bottom, you know what I'm saying? He might fucking come to see you too, or maybe you have seen him as a kid. Maybe I'm not the only one. Somebody tell me, have you seen this thing as a fucking kid? That motherfucker's in my head every day. Among a million other fucking thoughts. But I'm out this bitch. I'm gonna go to this fucking dream shit. I might start asking them fucking questions to get kicked out. We'll see. Peace. Oh, fuck. I gotta watch out for that paranormal fucking wooden beam.